Quran predicted that the Prophet's companions would turn against him, as I have said earlier. The Prophet had also predicted it in his several hadiths that most of his companions would go to hell. History reveals that most betrayals and acts of treachery that occurred after the prophets were committed by their wives and companions. Al-Bukhari related that the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his pure family said, يرد علي يوم القيامة رهط من أصحابي فيجلون عن الحوض فأقول يا رب أصحابي فيقول إنك لا علم لك بما أحدثوا بعدك إنهم ارتدوا على أدبارهم القهقرة بين أنا قائم فإذا زمرة حتى إذا عرفتهم خرج رجل من بيني وبينهم فقال هلم فقلت أين قال إلى النار والله قلت وما شأنهم قال إنهم ارتدوا بعدك على أدبارهم القهقرة ثم إذا زمرة حتى إذا عرفتهم خرج رجل من بيني وبينهم فقال هلم قلت أين قال إلى النار والله قلت ما شأنهم قال إنهم ارتدوا بعدك على أدبارهم القهقرة فلا أراه يخلص منهم إلا مثل همل النعم. On doomsday, when I will be at the water pond delivering water to those who will be thirsty among my followers, a group of my followers will come to drink, but the angels will drive them away and take them to hell. I'll say, "Oh God, they are my companions," but God will tell me, "You do not know what they did after your death. They degraded themselves to apostasy." Following that, another group of my companions will come to drink, but the angels will drive them away and take them to hell. I'll say, "Oh God, they are my companions," but God will tell me, "You do not know what they did after your death. They degraded themselves to apostasy." Thus, only a small number of my companions will escape like deserted camels in the desert. No one can claim that Abu Bakr cannot be among those people who will be driven to hell, since the Prophet himself did not exempt him from that. Imam of Maliki school of thought, Malik ibn Anas, Imam al-Madhab al-Maliki, relates that the Prophet prophesied to the Muslim martyrs of Uhud that they would go to heaven. So Abu Bakr wondered, ألسنا يا رسول الله إخوانهم أسلمنا كما أسلموا وجاهدنا كما جاهدوا فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله بلى ولكن لا أدري ما تحدثون بعدي. Abu Bakr said, "Aren't we their brothers who have submitted to Islam just as they did and fought in jihad just as they did? So why don't you give us the good news that we will go to heaven?" The Prophet said, "It is absolutely true that you are their brothers, but I do not know what you will do after my death. Therefore, we should not exempt Abu Bakr and Umar from the crime of having taken the life of the Prophet, especially when they had tried that once before when the Prophet was on his way back from the city of Tabuk. He had to go past a rough road up a mountain. That road is called Al-Aqaba by Arabs. Those who have to go down it on a camel, for example, must choose a camel with a very quiet disposition. If it panics, it will trip and its rider will fall and die. Abu Bakr and Umar conspired with a group of the Prophet's hypocrite companions. They would lie in wait for the Prophet at the time of this crossing, this Aqaba, to frighten his camel so that she falls and he dies. This fact was reported also by the Bakri sources in clear terms, but the Bakri people tried to hide and deny this fact. Ibn Hazm al-Andalusi, a great scholar of Bakri sect, lashed at Al-Walid ibn Jami', dismissing him as a liar. But why? Ibn Hazm says, لأنه روى أخبارا فيها أن أبا بكر وعمر وعثمان وطلحة وسعد بن أبي وقاص أرادوا قتل النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وإلقاءه من العقبة في تبوك. Because he related hadiths that state that Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Talha and Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas wanted to kill the Prophet and made sure that he met with the accident in Tabuk. Al-Walid ibn Jami' was not a Shi'ati. He belonged to the Bakri sect. Contrary to what Ibn Hazm said about him, he is so widely known for veracity and credibility that Ibn Habban would say, radiyallahu anh, may Allah be pleased with him wherever or whenever his name was mentioned. The greatest scholar of Bakri sect in this field, Al-Dhahabi, also testified the truthfulness and credibility of this man. If he had not been honest, he would not have his hadiths related by the great compilers of hadith like Muslim, Al-Bayhaqi, Ahmad ibn Hanbal and Ibn Shabbah. So, Al-Walid ibn Jami' is not a liar. This proves that Abu Bakr, Umar and their group indeed tried to murder the Prophet as he was passing through Al-Aqaba on his way back from Tabuk. This is a famous incident in which Allah saved the life of his Prophet by a miracle. The Prophet forgave the perpetrators and refrained from punishing them. Thereby, we can be sure that Abu Bakr and Umar indeed wanted to kill the Prophet. Though their plan in Al-Aqaba failed, their next plan succeeded by collusion with their daughters, Aisha and Hafsa, who administered poison to the Prophet during his sleep. Just as the Prophet forgave those who tried to kill him in Al-Aqaba, Imam Ali, peace be upon him, did the same after the martyrdom of the Prophet, fulfilling the will of the Prophet so that Allah's test continues for them and for the humanity as a whole. In fact, the Prophet was just a normal patient. During his sleep, Aisha and Hafsa administered the poison in the Prophet's mouth in order to hasten the seizure of power by their fathers, while ousting the rightful successor, Ali ibn Abi Talib, peace be upon him. It was in this way the greatest and the noblest Prophet, peace be upon him and his pure family, fell prey to the treachery of his two wives and companions. This is a fact that most Muslims are not aware of.